What's up, buddy?
Nothing much.
We're going to do a real quick video here. I've talked about the Aqua-Clear filters before. I just want to kind of show people. These are the 110 Aqua-Clears, flue ball filters. Had them for a long time. We're kind of doing some of the transitioning here, some of the changes in the tank. And of course this guy's like, what are you doing over here? All these guys are like, what are you doing? So this is an above, kind of hang on the back kind of filter. Really, really cool. I've talked about it before. Has a little pump here on the back. Can't see it real good. I'm going to show you. I already took one off the other one. Jack's going to take the camera here so I can show you something. It's pretty neat. I talked about these filters a little bit and how I've had them for so long. Literally had these filters like 20 years. And a lot of people say, well, you got to get new motors for them once in a while and things like that. These motors are completely closed. And it basically works like a magnet. Come on in here so you can see, buddy. So this is a little motor here, and this spins around, and as this spins around, this little impeller makes the water go through the filter. It's a very simple process. And you could buy little pieces and parts. One of the things that goes wrong with this over the years, if you zoom in on this, kiddo, is this little rod. It's a little stainless steel rod that holds this impeller in here. When you pull this out, you can see that this rod gets worn away. I'm going to pull it out so you can see how this works. Just grab the end with a pair of pliers and pull it out. There's a little hole down in there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like a rubber stopper. And there's a little hole that the end of this steel rod just kind of sticks in. Well, that steel rod gets worn away, as you can see. That was one solid rod. The thickness was all the way the same through here, but as this pump, and there may be, most of you out there know this, but some of you may be not aware of it. As this spins on this, it kind of wears this steel away over the years. This goes to show you how long I've had some of these. So every few years, you can get online, and instead of buying a whole new filter or a whole new pump, which can cost, $10, $20, $50, 75, 100 for a whole new thing, you can get one of these online for about $1 or $2.
Like Amazon or something?
Well, there's fishing stores. I get on like Big Al's, and there's other places like that. And you can kind of look on, and if you just put in like Aqua-Clear filter parts, it'll come up. Now, a lot of these places you have to pay for shipping, but if you wait until you need like some food or water conditioner or whatever, you can get 50 or 75 bucks worth of stuff at one time, and they'll ship for free anyway.
Bulk.
Right, so if I need to get some fish for these guys or food for these guys or whatever, and I could just throw a couple of these guys in my order for an extra $1 or $2. And what you do is, when you look how thin this is, look how much this wore away. I mean, it's basically just, there's nothing left. So that's years old, that one was. Now here's another one here that is not quite as thin, but it's a little bit worn away. And again, you just kind of pull it out of there. And it's kind of hard to do. There's a little rubber stopper in there. And so you can see this one was worn away. Not as bad as the other one, but it's worn away. Now, I actually ordered a couple new ones since we're doing this whole tank changeover. I ordered a couple new ones. They're not here yet, but I want to start working on some other stuff, so I want to show you this.
Need new ones.
Right, so you just take the new one, and usually I would use a rag or something because I wouldn't want to mess up the end of it. I mean, it shouldn't really, but you just put a little rag over the end and just grab the end of it. And there's a little, let me see if you could see down in there. Kind of hard to see because it's dark, but if I position the light right, there's a little rubber hole in there. This little guy, when you get the new one, just goes right back down in there in the hole, and you just push it in, and then you put the impeller back in, and you're good to go.
That's cool. It's a magnet. It's like,
yeah, and you plug it in, it just starts spinning again. So literally, there's really nothing that can go wrong with these other than this, really. I mean, there's very little. And you can get these little rings around the end here, this little rubber band, but this is why these filters have lasted me so long. I've had these filters for like 20 years. And I have 3 of them. I keep one as a backup. The reason, if you could see the tank here, the reason I took the middle one away is because I didn't want it to really occlude anything here. I kind of want the heaters and the bars over to the sides, and just wanted to keep this open.
It didn't look too...
Yeah, I didn't want it to occlude the back. So I keep one to kind of have as spare parts and everything, just in case one of these breaks down, I have a backup. I really don't need 3. Seems to do fine on two filters. But this is a little trick if you've never done this. If you have any kind of filter like this, you can literally buy these little stainless steel bars for $1 or $2. Just add them to your order. You know, if you're buying food or chemicals or whatever.
Anything for the tank.
Yeah, and you get free shipping if you spend over a certain amount. This.
How expensive is it again?
For this?
Yeah.
It's like $1 or $2.
Oh, yeah, it's just
I think the most I've ever seen them is like $2.99 or something.
Just little rods.
Yep, little stainless steel rod. You pop that back in there and you're good for another couple years. In fact, I think this one here lasted about 10 years or so. In this pump, you can see it almost wore away. What'll happen is as it gets worn away like this.
Well, actually, that's almost as old as me.
Oh, that one lasted, yeah.
Yeah.
As it gets looser like this, you can see, then they'll start to jiggle around. So you can hear my pumps here. They're really not making any noise because they have new shafts in there. If the shaft starts to wear away like this, it'll start to rattle, and you'll hear like a clickety clack kind of noise. When you start to hear that, you know it's time to get new ones. And again, very easy thing to do. So while we're in this process of making all these changes in the big tank and in Jack's tank and moving things around, I just kind of want to show you guys. It's kind of part of my regular maintenance that I do when I'm ordering stuff. So if you've never tried that, check it out. I'll put a link down below for Big Al's. Again, if you're hobbyists and you're into fish tanks, these are awesome filters. They've lasted me forever, and you can buy parts on there if the tubes crack. When I've had them crack, honestly, I just like super glue them, you know? I just use super glue, and they last forever. That's Jack's favorite little guy there.
The upside down catfish is the advertiser.
Senadonis. He just hangs out there. He swims around sometimes. Look at this Grammy right here. He's doing awesome. She's doing awesome, I should say. She's a female.
He may look dead, but he's not.
Yeah, he just hangs out there most of the time.
And if the turtle touches him, he'll hit the turtle.
But yeah, we're going to start doing some more changes, but that was one part of this whole change that we do, you know, every year or two when we kind of change the tanks around.
Just to teach you guys what you might need.
Yeah, this is a very helpful thing. So these filters are awesome. They pretty much last forever. They're very easy to maintain. You pop the filter out, and this is what the filter looks like. It's this big, huge sponge thing. Really awesome. You pop it out, rinse it off, put it back in. I do that, every month or two or whatever. Not even really. And maybe I'll take the whole filter out every few months and clean it. But usually, it's really simple to maintain a fish tank. It's not as hard as people think it is, and it's a great hobby.
So does that just sponge up all the algae?
Yeah, so the microbes kind of grow in here, and they kind of filter the water.
Yeah, and you just wash
it
out.
Just a biosystem. Yeah, it's just a natural thing. But yeah, that's a great little trick. If you've never used these kind of filters, or if you have these filters and they're starting to make noise, just get online, get a couple of these babies, pull it out, put a new one in there. It just goes right in the little hole there. Push it in, and put your motor back in there, and you're back in business.
Although, you know who helps to clean?
Oh, sure. This big guy. So we're going to start making more changes soon. Pack of Tans, in case you haven't heard, if you're anywhere by a Pack of Tans, where we come from in Ohio, big arts and crafts store, they are kind of switching over to new ownership, and some of them are closing.
Some
and
are called Michaels, if you know what
they're
that
going to
is.
be changing over to Michaels, so a lot of things like this that are really cool.
And some of them were on sale because,
like for
closing.
75% off.
Yeah.
So we got some really awesome, huge glass sculptures that were normally like $20. We're going to be using this in the tank. We're going to be putting this down there, putting lights underneath it. It's going to be really awesome. These are normally $20. We got them for like $5, guys. So check out Pack of Tans. You may be able to buy stuff online. I'm not sure. And we're also going to be doing, I'm going to show you just a little prelude here. We're going to be doing a Jack's tank. We're going to use some sealant here. Remember how I said we're going to be joining some tanks together?
Yeah, so you can see them crossing.
Check this out.
Each time in our videos, no matter what it's based on, we're going to tell you what we're doing next. Yeah. It's a hint.
So this is a hurricane. We bought this at Pack of Tans. Got it for a few dollars.
A hurricane?
It's for candles or something. I don't know. They call it a hurricane. I never really understood that. And then we got these at Home Depot for, I don't know, about $5 or $6 a piece.
Yeah, they're just plumbing.
We're actually going to put this in between his two tanks to join them together So the turtles and fish, and we're going to suck the air out of here and make a vacuum of it so it fills with water.
Be like a subway for
Turtles and fish are going to be able to go from one tank to another, and we're going to be able to see them.
Yeah, that's a hint.
So we got some pretty cool ideas. So stay tuned.
We're gonna tell you every time.
Another week or two, we'll.
Kind of looks like a telephone too.
Hello. You can hear the ocean. All right, we'll see you next time, guys.
Okay.